It's recording.
Well, y'all know my name because y'all know me. I'm Crystal. As I was growing up, I had a brother with cerebral palsy. He was something else, and he had cerebral palsy. The reason he had it is because when he was born, my mother, her pelvis is shaped like this instead of sitting like this, the way it's supposed to be. So he had to be pulled out by the tongs, and that caused something to happen to his spine. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I know something did happen to his spine, and so he came out and he had a seizure, and right after he came out, he had a seizure, and that caused him to have cerebral palsy. And well, it's different having a sibling with cerebral palsy because, I mean, you can't really interact with them the same way you can a normal sibling. Normal siblings, you can run around, you can scream and shout with, you can play Barbies. Well, my brother, you couldn't do that with him. He couldn't walk. He was completely dependent on my mother and my grandmother. And so he had to wear diapers. He had to. He had to be fed. He couldn't do anything really himself. So it was interesting, and it also, the bond between him was really different than what I had with my actual sister, who was normal. Their normal is different than ours because they're used to depending on everyone, whereas we are independent and we can do these things. My brother, when he was in school, he had a wheelchair tray that they taped with the alphabet and the number line 1 through 10. And then they had a yes or a no spot, and you could ask him a question, and if he, like, it was a yes or no question like, do you need to go to the bathroom or something like that, he'd be like, yes. Or, do you want to do this? He'd be like, no. And so, I mean, he was really smart, and I feel like some people can just really not see that the way people do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got.